Welcome into this edition of the Red Sox Rundown. I am your host, Jack Lauderay. I want to thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video. Usually, I have a script, I have graphics I want to talk about, I have certain talking points, but today, I just kind of want to go off the cuff and give my thoughts on the current state of the Boston Red Sox, where we stand, how do the playoffs look, what is the future of the Boston Red Sox, because what we watched yesterday was not great, and where we currently stand is not great. And when you've got people like Jarren Duran, who is, the ultimate optimist, and I respect that about him, now coming out on Twitter and saying, hey, I'm not pushing the panic button, but I think we're getting there. That's concerning. So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to go in depth. I do want to say real quick that, just a disclaimer, I am currently battling the biggest raging headache I've had in years. I literally had to call off of work today because I can't. My head is just, it feels like it has to explode. But I still have the commitment to you guys to get out videos every single day. That's my commitment to you. And honestly, that's why you should subscribe, because I would not do this, especially how I feel today, if I was not fully committed to growing this channel. I love the Red Sox. They are my baby. They are the team that I grew up with, the team that I love. This is my team. And I promise to give you that commitment every single day. Rain, shine, sickness, health, however it is, I'm going to bring you a video. So hit that subscribe button, join the family. Even if the Red Sox don't make the playoffs, this is going to be a crucial offseason for them as well. And we are going to be here every step of the way. So hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 6,000 subscribers. That's our next goal. We're less than 500 away. And join the family today. So the Red Sox lose 5-3 to the Athletics. They lose the series. They split the season series, and I'm left wondering what's next. And I think a lot of people are left wondering what's next. I put out a short a few days ago after they lost the first game of the series where I was incredibly blunt. I was incredibly serious in saying that I don't think the Red Sox deserve to make the playoffs. And I know my mom in particular, who I know is going to watch this video, doesn't like me calling out the haters in the comments, but I'm going to do that here because literally 3 days ago, I put out that short and I had people in my comments telling me, oh, looks like you've never played baseball a day in your life. Oh, you need to relax. Everything's going to be okay. Oh, you have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, well, first off, I have credentials. 4 years high school varsity baseball, covered college baseball for 4 years at Arizona State University. My dad was drafted out of high school. My mom was an all-state softball player. I've got the credentials to talk about baseball. I just want to say that first and foremost. Secondly, where are all those people now? How do you feel now after losing this series to the Athletics? Because this was the easiest series you were going to have the rest of the year. Now, I know I did get some comments, rightfully so, some comments saying, hey, why are you taking the Athletics lightly? Which is a completely fair criticism. The Athletics are a scrappy, very intriguing, young team that has a lot of young players that are, I would say, are going to have very exciting major league careers. Like, they are a team that no one should take lightly. But if you are comparing them to the final three teams, they are by far the worst team that you were going to play of the four. This was a must-win series, in my opinion. Because if you also look at it, the Cleveland Guardians are surging. They're surging. Let me just pull up the stats. They've won 7 in a row. They've won 9 out of their last 10. They are the hottest team in all of baseball right now. And they are nipping at your heels. After losing the series finale to the Athletics, literally minutes after the Guardians beat the Detroit Tigers, you now sit a game and a half up on the Guardians. Everyone told me, and I read these tweets, and I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. Going into yesterday, the Red Sox needed to go 500, 5-5. They needed to go 5-5, and the Guardians and Rangers had to go like 9-1 over their last 10 games. Well, you've got 9 games left. To keep that pace, you'd have to go 5-9. Be honest with me. Do you legitimately believe, with how the rotation is sputtering to the finish line, with how the offense has been absolutely horrendous, has not been able to score runs, especially with runners in scoring position, do you honestly believe this team is capable of going 5-4 against Tampa Bay on the road, Toronto on the road, and then back at home against Detroit? I'm just asking you to be honest. Be honest with yourselves. Do you legitimately see a possibility where that happens? Now, crazier things have happened in this world. Yes, of course. But with the way this team is looking, do you honestly believe it? Do you believe they can go above 500 in these last 9 games? Call me a pessimist. I don't see it. The Tigers, while they lost to the Guardians are the hottest team in baseball. The Blue Jays, they've won 7 of the last 10. You know, they're playing really well. And then Tampa, another young, scrappy team that has given the Red Sox fits this year. I don't see a world where that happens. So, while I'm not going to come on here, yell, scream like I did a few days ago because of the inexcusable loss 3 days ago, I'm not going to do that. I just find it hard to believe. And everyone's going to say, Jack, have hope, have faith. I always have hope and faith for this team, but I'm looking at the team with my own eyes. And I'm seeing a team that has lost all fight, that has lost all momentum, that is puttering out of the gate in every game, giving up multiple runs in the first inning, not scoring runs, having to rely on the home run, going, I believe the stat was like 5 for 35 or 5 for 36 with runners in scoring position against the Athletics. Something, don't quote, it's in that ballpark. That's not an actual stat. I just don't see it. I don't see it. You let me know, and then we're going to talk about the actual game here in a second. You let me know. Do the Red Sox make the playoffs? Just be honest with me. Just comment yes or comment no down below in the comments. I don't want to think for you. I legitimately want your thoughts. Do you believe they make the playoffs? I'm going no. I don't think they do. And it's concerning and it's frustrating because they should make the playoffs. But with the way they're playing and with the way their schedule looks, I don't think that's going to happen. But you let me know, yes or no. Do the Red Sox make the playoffs? Let me know in the comments section. Let's talk about the actual game. A game you desperately needed to win, and you didn't do it. Once again, I talked about this in the New York series, and I'm going to echo it here. Like my biggest key to victory in general, not just against the Yankees, not just against any of these really good teams, in general, clean first innings. Clean first innings. Bello gives up 3 in the first. He starts the game, double, home run, double. You take any momentum from the night before. You take any good vibes, any good feelings. You instantly zap it. Instantly. Before people are even in their seats, you're down 3-0. And with the way the offense has been playing, I think a lot of us thought, oh, well, there it is. There's the game. Look, credit where credit's due. The rotation this year has been stellar. It's been, I think, way better than any of us expected it to be. But I'm also going to call a spade, and I'm going to say that the rotation has mightily struggled, especially Giolito and Bello, who are supposed to be your 2 and your 3, have struggled mightily when you desperately needed them to give you good starts. Giolito lost the game 2 days ago. He didn't pitch well. Bello loses you the game yesterday. Didn't pitch well. Neither of them got through the 5th. Bello didn't even touch the 5th. He was done after the 4th. When you desperately needed your starters to show up, they failed you. It's not good. It's just not good. Thankfully, your bullpen clutched up. Peyton Tolley was one of the bright spots of the game. He gives you 3, only gives up 3 hits. He does give up a run at that point, but it was on an error. It was on a throwing error. It wasn't even an earned run. It was an unearned run on an error. So You can't really blame him for that. And then Greg Weissert comes out, gives you a perfect 8th and 9th. So your bullpen did what they needed to do. Peyton Toley's first relief appearance as a member of the Boston Red Sox was great. Couldn't have asked for any more. Again, that run came on an error, so not an earned run. You couldn't have asked for any more. And they did what they needed to do. It's your starting pitching over the last 2 nights that has really sunk you. Thankfully, 2 nights ago, you won. You won on a walk-off in extras because you kind of got a little lucky. But, again, yesterday with Bello, he let you down. He let you down. You needed him to have a strong performance, and he didn't do it. He didn't do it. 2 errors, both on Trevor Story yesterday. Not great. I think both of them led to runs, too, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know. I think they both led to runs in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, that can't happen. Story's been the epitome of consistency this year, so it's hard to get mad at him for screwing up, because then he did go hit a home run later in the game. But when you're a vet who prides himself on his defense in the middle of a wild card race, in a must-win series, in a must-win game, you can't do that. One of those errors directly led to a run. A run scored on the second error. And I think the third error indirectly led to a run, if I remember correctly. So errors can't happen. And Trevor Story just happened to have 2 of them today, which was incredibly, incredibly unfortunate. But it all comes back to the offense, though. The offense is what did you in. And I've said this for months now. If you've watched most of these videos, 1, you're a real one, so thank you. But 2, you've heard me talk time and time again about how one of my biggest issues with this offense is the fact that they rely on the home run ball, and their situational hitting is horrible. Well, that happened again yesterday. 2 of your 3 runs, is that right? Yeah. 2 of your 3 runs come on the home run ball. Trevor Story in the 8th, David Hamilton in the 2nd. You had 1 sacrifice fly in the 1st. That was great by Masataka Yoshida to score a run, but other than that, your situational hitting was horrible. 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. You left 4 on base. That seems to be the theme of this series, is horrible, horrible, horrible situational hitting. Horrible situational hitting. Just awful. You only have 7 hits. 4 of them come from Trevor Story and Nate Eaton. So over half your hits come from 2 people. You only walk once, and you strike out 7 times. That's not going to get it done. And I feel like we are running into a very bad cycle here. So, I know that people may say, Jack, you're overreacting. Jack, calm down. Jack, it's going to be okay. Jack, stop. Jack, you don't know ball. Jack, whatever. Jack, whatever. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you all. Trust me. I read all the comments. I hear you loud and clear. Okay? I read them all. But I don't think I'm that off base. I don't. I see the same thing every night. I see starting pitchers, minus Garrett Crochet and Connerly early, that are giving up runs in the 1st inning. I see an offense that can't hit with runners in scoring position and relies too much on the home run ball. If the home run ball never comes, they're not going to score any runs. And I do see some relievers that crap the bed at times, but honestly, your bullpen's the best part. Greg Weissert crapped the bed 2 nights ago. He comes out and gives you a perfect 8th and perfect 9th. I don't know what to tell you there. It's really 2 things. It's your starters putting you in a bad position in the 1st inning, and your offense not hitting the damn ball. I know that a lot of people are going to blame Alex Cora. Cora can only do so much. Cora cannot make the plays for the players. Cora cannot go up to the plate and get the hit. Cora cannot execute on the mound. Is Cora prone to managerial failures and mistakes? Yes, every manager is. Pulling Connolly early when they did in the 1st game is inexcusable. Bad. Greg Weissert had to come in and pitch the ball and throw the ball, though. That wasn't Cora. And I think we can all admit that in the 2nd game, Cora managed his ass off. He outmanaged Mark Kotze in the Athletics dugout. But no one wants to talk about that, though. No one wants to talk about when Cora does something good. They only want to highlight him when the Red Sox lose. And I think that's incredibly unfair, because I think that Cora is actually one of the best managers in baseball. One of. I'm not saying the best. I'm saying he's in the upper echelon. I had someone compare him to Dave Roberts and say, oh yeah, him and Dave Roberts make the same stupid mistakes. And I'm like, Dave Roberts won the World Series last year, so are you saying this as a compliment? Like, those are the type of comments I get, which is just crazy to me. So, I know people are going to blame it on Cora. I get it. You blame the manager because it's easy. But the manager can only do so much. The players have to go execute. The players right now are not executing. So, look, everyone's in a bad mood. Everyone's worried. Everyone's concerned. Like, no one's happy in this situation. There's blame to be thrown around. But at the end of the day, I just think that this is a really, really sad end to the season for the Boston Red Sox. Season's not over. There's still 9 games left. We're going to be here for every single one. That's why you subscribe. But yeah, puttering out at the end, basically like you're like a car that loses gas and you just kind of putter off the side of the road. That's what it feels like the Red Sox are. And yeah, they just aren't executing. So it's really, really sad to see. All right, you head to Tampa. Injury update on Wilyer. He's going to work. He's going to work out tomorrow or today, the day that you're watching this. He's going to work out. If all goes well, he should be on a flight to Tampa. He should be activated this weekend. That's what Alex Cora said. So we'll know sooner rather than later if that's going to actually happen. But it seems like Wilyer's close and he'll be back. So maybe that's the boost they need. Maybe they start hitting. Maybe they start scoring runs. That's great. I'm not saying the season's over, but we are very, very close. We are on the biggest life support that you could possibly be on. Okay, so probables. Crochet, Early, Kyle Harrison. Predict the Red Sox record against the Rays. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and I'll go 2 out of 3. I think they win the Crochet game. I really like what I've seen out of Connolly Early. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll go 2 out of 3. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 1 out of 3, but I'll go 2 out of 3. But you let me know. Predict the Red Sox record against the Rays down below in the comments. That's where we're going to end it, guys. Again, I appreciate you listening to me rambling. Again, I got a raging headache that I've been dealing with for the last 2 days. I didn't have a script today. I just wanted to go off the cuff. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to just sit here, listen to what I had to say, and get your thoughts down below in the comments just in general. Not just the 2 questions I asked you in today's video. Just what are your thoughts on this team in general? What do you think about the state of the Boston Red Sox? Like, no comments out of bounds. I might jab back and forth with you and tell you if you're wrong, or I think you're wrong and I'll tell you why. But let me know your honest thoughts. I do like going back and forth with you guys in the comments, and we can have a lively discussion. So hit that subscribe button if you've not already. Again, 9 games left in the season. We're going to cover all 9 of them. Don't miss out. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, go Sox.